Hey guys, it's Vornskyr here, and today we're back in Elite Dangerous, and I'm going to be taking a look at the Imperial Clipper. This is the ship that I've been working towards for a very long time. Basically, since the game launched, I just kind of very slowly worked my way towards this. And so we'll just go through it today, look at some of the advantages, disadvantages, the loadout that I'm running. I'm not using a fully spec'd out loadout at the moment, because of the sheer cost of credits, or not cost of credits, but the cost of components and all that sort of thing. But you know, it's what I've got is enough to actually use it in combat and that sort of thing. So we'll go through that. So before I actually get into all of that, you might notice that it costs 22, let's call it 22.3 million credits, just at a standard shipyard. Now, I think for the next week, as a result of a community goal, and I didn't actually hit the galaxy map there we go. But as the result of a community goal, if you go to the new system, which is NU, you can actually buy a Clipper for about 15.8 million from, I believe it's this station. Well, it'd have to be this station because Clippers can't land on outposts. So you go to the shipyard here, and basically the global reward for this community goal being completed was a massive discount on the Imperial Clipper, down to 15.8 million credits. I think that's what I paid for it. So definitely within the next week, I think, go and check it out. It may last for a little bit longer than that, but I don't think it's going for much longer. So you can see it's the 19th of April at the moment. So yeah, it's definitely worth taking a look at. You don't need to have been involved in the community goal, I should say. I didn't do anything at all with this community goal because it's a global reward. Even though I didn't participate at all, I still get that discount. So if you're in the market for an Imperial Clipper, this is the place to be. I think you'll only be able to sell it for 15.8 as well, but it doesn't matter. You're still getting it cheaper, so whatever. Anyway, so let's get into this. I'll start out with the outfitting first. We've got two large hardpoints and two medium hardpoints, as well as 4 utility slots. This is really good. The problem with these hardpoints is that they're very spread out, so you basically need gimbals to use this effectively. I'm sure there are some people out there flying with fixed weaponry and doing well, but I think the majority of people are going to want to use gimbals on this. It takes a bit of getting used to, but it does work. However, chaff will become your worst enemy when an enemy chaffs. It's a real pain in the ass. But anyway, so this works pretty well, but you'll see what I mean with the weapons spread later on. But basically, because the weapons are both mounted on the wings, this is actually underneath one of the wings, and this is on the top of the wings. The weapons are very far apart, basically, so something to be aware of. In here, this is how I've got mine set up at the moment. As you can see, a lot of the components are just class D or C, just because I don't have the credits at the moment to fully kit this out. I bought it before I was ready, just because of how cheap it was, more than anything else. So yeah, it's going to take me a while to get it kitted up properly. But the good thing about this ship is that it's a really good all-purpose sort of ship. So at the moment, I've got 104 tons of cargo capacity. But I can get that up to 240 if I remove this shield and replace it with a 128 cargo rack. I don't know if they've actually got any at this station. Where would that be? There we go, 128 capacity. So I can remove this shield generator. I can stick in, say, an A4 shield or something like that. So I gain 128 cargo up here. I lose 16 down here. But so basically you can get this carrying 240 tons of cargo. You're not going to have a fantastic jump range when you've done that, especially not fully laden. This ship does not have a good jump range. Even with, I've got a B5 frameshift drive. Even with an A5, it's not fantastic. Some better components may fix that a little bit, or some light will, if going class D all the way around, you'd probably get a little bit further. But you're not going to have a massive jump range with this ship. That's just something to be aware of. You've also got a fairly small fuel tank, capacity 16, so that's not very big. That's why I'm actually running a fuel scoop on mine. I stopped using fuel scoops when they reduced the price of fuel because there was really no need. But in this ship, it makes for a nice safety net, just being able to, scoop a bit of fuel and go a little bit further. And I'm just using an advanced discovery scanner, detailed surface scanner in these size 2 spots, just so that when I'm flying from one area to another, I can actually make a bit of credits from exploration, even though I don't really do exploration. But yeah, so that's my loadout at the moment. It's pretty basic, but what I've got now works pretty well for fighting. With some minor adjustments, it'll work well for trading. And I suppose you could use it for exploration as well. Like I said, the jump range isn't fantastic, but for a little bit of exploration, it would work fine. So yeah, so that's that. I'm actually going to quickly sell this while I was here. This 15, well, say 16,000 credits is the result of basically half-assing some scanning in this system. You can see most of this stuff didn't actually get a detailed scan. So if I'd stuck it out and spent half an hour doing detailed scans and everything, I probably would have made a fair bit more money. But so that's the advantage of having all that proper scanning stuff on the ship. So let's sell this. There we go. A little bit of extra money. I wonder if my exploration rank went up. It did not. No. Okay, so there's also a community goal running at the moment. Like so. So I'll make a bit of money from this. I haven't actually done anything yet, but I'll probably get myself up to the top 70%. And then hopefully, maybe even top 40. And then by the time this ends, I should get 1, maybe 2 million credits or something like that. Because the rewards will obviously increase as the tiers go up. So let's go to a resource extraction site. And we will do a bit of combat and see how this goes. Luckily there's a couple really close by, which makes things nice and easy. I'm actually playing in solo mode at the moment as well, I should say. Just so that, obviously with this being a community goal at the moment, there's lots of people around here in open. And I just didn't really want the video to become full of PvP, basically. Given that I'm trying to show this off. The ship, that is. Anyway. And I'm in reverse. So one thing you've got to be careful of with this ship is that it carries a lot of momentum around, more so than most ships I've flown in this game. So it's really easy to go, flying towards the mail slot as you normally would, and then suddenly you've just drifted up into the roof without being aware of it. You just got to be careful of that, really. I've learnt to slow down a little bit more than I did normally. Especially because this is a large ship as well. This does use large platforms, it doesn't use mediums, so you cannot land at an outpost with this ship, something to be aware of. You've got to be really careful with that as well when you take a mission, because say you do a delivery mission to wherever, it's not going to tell you if you can or can't land there. And so many people have gotten into trouble and they've lost reputation or whatever, because they've picked up this awesome mission to go get 500,000 credits for dropping off a load of gold or something, and then suddenly they actually can't land on the outpost. And, once you've picked up the mission, that's it. You can't transfer it to another ship or anything like that, really. So, just be careful of that if you are a person who does a lot of missions. And that may become more important in power play as well, like the next update coming out, given that that's got some missions and stuff as well, so might have to be careful of that. But anyway, let's carry on towards this resource extraction site. If I'm lucky, I'll get tons of anacondas or pythons or whatever as soon as I jump in. If I'm unlucky, I'll probably have to reset it a couple of times, just by jumping out and jumping back in, making all the ships respawn. But it's actually really good having resource extraction sites so close to the community goal, because this community goal is just about getting bounties, empire bounties. So resource extraction sites, nav beacons, even USSs, I guess. You just want to be killing pirates, basically, or anybody with a bounty. See, there's already a ton of ships loaded in. And one of them is a python. Awesome. Who must have just been out of range. Let's see if I can find him again. Maybe he was up here. I really like the engine sounds of this ship as well. It just sounds so cool. Let me give it a boost as well. It's just really different to a lot of the other ships in game, in terms of the sounds for it and all that sort of thing, which I think is pretty awesome. It's always weird with these ships as well. It's got the same, it's got this nice white and blue interior and all of that, but then it's got the exact same pilot's chair that every other ship in the game has, which is a little weird. You'd think, being a kind of an Imperial specific ship, it would have its own specific seat, but I guess not. Anyway, looks like this Cobra is up to no good, or somebody is anyway. It is this guy, so I'm not going to bother with a kill warrant scan. I'll just kill him. So I'm using my trusty old setup of lasers and multi-cannons. Works really well for these guys. And he is dead. But you see what the weapon spread is like. Look how far apart these weapons are. So with fixed weapons, that would be a real pain to use. Okay. Let's just scan around. I think this eagle is probably a pirate as well. I think he was the one who scanned me. Okay, waiting. Yep, there we go. Let's take him out.
Target shields offline. Under attack.
I mean, this ship basically just shreds cobras, eagles, vipers, all that sort of thing.
Target destroyed.
I've taken care of plenty of anacondas in it as well so far, anacondas and pythons. What haven't I run into? Looks like this sidewind is actually damaging my shields a little bit. I do only have E-class shields, even though they're size 7. They're only E-class. I've got a couple of shield boosters on as well. And I wonder if my shields are actually going to go down here. What's this guy? Another sidewinder. A little bit weird how sidewinders are taking the shields down a lot faster than anything else. What are you doing just sitting there? I'm not going to complain. Easy kill. That was a little bit odd, I think. We got some more combat happening down here. I wonder if is there an anaconda or a python yet? Doesn't look like it. He's dead.
Target destroyed.
Where are they all shooting at? This guy up here. Sidewinder. Okay. Take him out. Looks like I may have gotten unlucky with this instance. Oop, didn't want to shoot that security guy. I don't think I actually hit him, but it was pretty close.
Under attack.
Oh, I thought he was dead. There we go.
Target destroyed.
Let's see if this asp is a good guy or a bad guy. He's a good guy. Basically, if they're mining the asteroids, then they're not going to have bounties on them. That's generally the way that it goes. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to have to jump out of here and reset this instance. And I'll come back when I've found some anacondas. Okay, we have finally discovered a master anaconda. Let's give him a quick scan. And hope that he doesn't jump out anytime soon while I'm doing this. Okay, let's see what his bounty's worth actually. 226,000 credits. I will take that happily. Let's target his power plant. There we go. And hopefully I don't get too badly damaged during this. I'm going to try and attack him from behind so that it takes him a bit longer to get his weapons onto me. The shields in this are not fantastic at the moment. So let's put full power to the weapons. One thing that's really good about the Clipper though is that it's fast. If I need to run away, I can definitely do that.
Under attack.
And I probably should have moved a bit faster to get out of that weapons fire. There we go. Shields are almost down, but mine are taking more damage than I would really want them to at this point. Oh shit, run away! Man, when they open up on you all at once, they can definitely do a lot of damage. We probably should have security services in here at the moment. I'm guessing one of these green ships might be that. Yeah. There's also a python in here. He might have a bounty too. So yeah. Once we've got better shields, this would be a lot better for anaconda fighting. Like, I think at the moment, my vulture that I had previously to this could probably tank an anaconda better than this Clipper can. And that's just because they're just E-class shields. I mean, even with those two A-class or A-rated shield boosters, they're still just E-class shields at the moment. And, you know, good shields for this are expensive. A7 shields are like 50 million credits. Oh, this is an expensive ship to kit out, so don't kid yourself with that. It's to get this fully kitted out will cost you probably about 100 million credits, maybe, if you want to do A-rated everything. For an A-rated combat ship, it would probably cost you about 100 mil, maybe a bit more. So just be ready for that, I guess. Oh shit, why am I going straight back in at him? My shields are not fully recharged at all. His shields are finally down, so we can actually get in there now and start taking down the power plant. Looks like that security service is beating on him. I love being able to use NPCs as my tanks. So let's just try to get his power plant down before I die. I don't mind taking a little bit of damage, but I don't want to take too much. So that's the name of the game. I might just do a few strafing runs on him or something like that, although that'll probably work not so well for me, really. Yeah, I'm coming at him from the wrong side now. Still, he's occupied at the moment with a different ship. Wait, no, he's back on me. My shields. Oh god, I ran into him. I did not want to run into him. That was way more damage than I needed to take. That was stupid. And that's something that I just haven't gotten used to the size of this ship yet. I mean, generally, especially it's kind of a different design. It's got those two large wings pointing out to the sides. Normally when I get close to a ship and then hit the booster or whatever, it's fine because there's not a whole lot of ship on my end. There's actually, this one does have a lot more. So it's easy to run into things, even when you don't think you're going to, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That was a very long-winded way of saying that. Well, my shields are going to take forever to recharge at the moment, so I'm just going to sit back and let the security services tank this guy for a little bit. That's the problem with using shield boosters. They do drastically increase the amount of time that it takes to raise your shields up. His shields are coming up as well. Not exactly fantastic. There's some more combat happening over there as well. I do have chaff, which I could probably use. I don't want to take, like I said, I didn't want to take too much damage. I've taken 73%, well, I've got 73% left. How are my modules doing? Oh shit, I've gone back in range. Run away. So yes, how are my modules doing? They're pretty good. Shield generator's taking a bit of damage. Yeah, they're fine. I mean, realistically, I'm just keeping an eye on his power plant to make sure the NPCs don't take that out. Because NPCs can still, they can still kill steal on the power plant. So if an NPC and me are getting really close and his power plant's on 1%, the NPC can steal the kill. You know how it used to be months ago when it was really hard, like NPCs would consistently be last hitting and stealing bounties all the time? That still happens when you're doing subsystem targeting. It's not as common as it used to be, but when you're just targeting the hull, it doesn't really matter.
Shields online.
Yay, my shields are back up. Alright. Let's see how this goes. These are almost down.
Target shields off.
Mine are almost down. And run away. This is such a stupid way of fighting these ships. Oh god, don't run into asteroids.
Damage.
Don't have any shields. Oh. This could be going better. My last time fighting anacondas worked out a lot better than this. But that was in a vulture, which was probably better suited for the job. So he's shooting at the security service at the moment. How's the security guy doing for health? Yeah, he's fine.
Target shields offline.
Now I've got to target his power plant again. Alright, I'm going to go in and I'm going to pop chaff and we'll see if I can take him out. I do have, what, 10, 11 chaffs to use, so I might as well use them. Of course, using chaff doesn't mean I won't get hit. It just means he's less likely to hit me. Down to 60%. There we go, we got him. He's not dead yet, but he's about to be. Good old multi-cannons, gotta love them. Alright, job done.
Target destroyed.
That could have gone better. I can admit it. Let's see, does this Python have a bounty on him? Or is he clean? Wait, where'd he go? So he's in combat by the looks of it? He's clean, interesting.
Target shields offline.
Oh, the Cobra's wanted, okay. put all power to the systems so that I get those shields up a little bit faster, and let's go into this Cobra. And I guess I won't stay here much longer, given the amount of damage that I sustained in that fight. Although there is another Anaconda. Am I going to get greedy? Let's see, where is this guy? Oh, there he is.
Target shields online.
He's already in combat, he's competent. Oh, 13%. Hell yeah, I'm going for this. Absolutely, I will steal that kill. I'm not even going to bother kill warrant scanning him. Just going to go straight in. And pop chaff.
Under attack.
There we go. Just get his shields down, that's all that really matters at this point. Luckily I can keep aiming upwards with these gimbaled weapons. And looks like his power plant's down. There we go. Easy money. Love it. I love it. Okay, what else? We did have that Cobra. What's this happening here? There he is, right there. Let's take this Cobra out.
Target shields offline.
The greed is real. Of course, the Cobra doesn't pose much of a threat at the moment, especially with the friendly NPCs helping out. And there we go. I'll have to get some beam lasers on this and see how they go. Of course, gimbaled beam lasers are like 3 million credits each in the large size, so they're a bit expensive to set up. But, well, how was my bounty going? There we go, 360,000 credits. Only 400 in Alliance. I'll need to head to Alliance space and cash in that bounty. That's basically just from kill warrant scanning. You know, you kill enough anacondas with large bounties after kill warrant scanning them, and they'll have Alliance bounties as well. I mean, this is another problem as well, that you see these two Ingwaz, or however you say that, bounties. There's only an outpost in that system, so it's impossible for me to cash in those bounties in this ship. So, one decent tactic, I think, is probably to keep a few sidewinders around different places, and just use those to ferry stuff around if you need to, when you've got a ship like this. It's probably something I should start looking at doing. But anyway, let's head back to the station and cash these bounties in. And I'll demonstrate as well how fast this ship can get going when you just spam the boost button. That's 395 meters per second. And let me just hit it again. So it's definitely a fast ship. You can really get this moving. I mean, keep in mind as well that this isn't fully maxed out at all yet, this ship, so it won't go much faster, but with a better power distributor, it'll be able to hit the boost more often, I think. So it's a really cool ship, though. I think I really like this ship. I'm really glad that I bought it. It's definitely a massive step up in terms of, like, especially for general purpose ships. I think this, from the ASP, this is probably the next best ship for general purpose sort of stuff. You know, a bit of trading, bit of exploring, bit of fighting, and you can specialize it pretty well. I suppose the biggest downside in terms of buying it is that it needs that Baron rank for the Empire, as well as the 22 million credit price range. I mean, the problem with getting the Baron rank is that it can be very difficult to get the right missions. Sometimes the missions just don't spawn, and if you don't get those rank up missions, then you can't get you the ranks. That's the only way of ranking up, is by doing those missions. So if those missions aren't spawning for you, and that does happen for people, then yeah, it can be a real problem getting the rank. Luckily, I did get the rank up to Baron, so I haven't seen another rank mission since then. I think there are ranks higher than Baron, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, so that's something you've got to consider, I guess. But yeah, I just think it's a really good ship. It looks cool, it sounds cool, it fights well. I need to think of getting some turrets, I think, and trying those out, because I haven't used turrets in this game before. I'm going to overshoot this, I think, because I wasn't paying attention to my speed. But yeah, so I'll need to try out turrets. I think this ship is pretty well suited for it, given that it's got those hard points on the wings. No, I missed it. Hoping I'll be able to come back in, but oh well. That's what happens when you don't pay attention to your speed. Which I don't. Yeah, so I think turrets on this would be pretty interesting, at least to try. I don't think I'd want to use them all the time. They do have some drawbacks, apparently, especially when they're set to fire at will. They can shoot at the wrong people and get you in a bit of trouble, from what I understand. But anyway, that's a problem for the future. So let's come into this station and dock. I'll have to try out the docking computer as well. Apparently the AI in that has been upgraded a bit. I think I've talked about that before. But especially now that I've got a large ship, it would be interesting trying out the docking computer with that. Seeing if it smacks into the roof or not. I've actually boosted around the wrong way there. I thought the arrows were pointing in a different direction. That was stupid. So I'm interested in seeing the repair cost for this as well, given that I've taken nearly 50% damage. We'll see how much it costs to repair. Hopefully not too much, and I'll have to request docking permission while I'm thinking about it.
Docking request granted.
So yeah, I can't really go in just really tight to one side anymore. I kind of have to go through the middle. And I also can't do my normal thing of doing a barrel roll. You see I just clipped the shields there. Normally what I do when I'm docking a ship is, as I'm going in through there, I work out what pad I'm going to be on, and I do a bit of a barrel roll until I go up onto it. And I'm on the wrong pad apparently. I thought this was 17. Oop, there's a fine. 25! God, talk about a derp on my part. Too busy talking about barrel rolls. Could have sworn it said 17. Oh well. That was stupid. But yeah, so I normally do just a roll as I'm going through the docking slot. But of course this ship is so wide that if you do that, you get stuck. You don't want to get stuck in the slot. It's not a very good thing. Anyway, let's hand in these bounties, shall we? I think I'm going crazy. There we go. Pay off my fine as well. Sure, why not? 360,000 credits. Where does that put me on the community goal? Top 100%. I've got a ways to go yet. And there's so many people doing this goal. Over 2,000 people have contributed to this goal so far. Luckily there is a fair bit of time left to go, so I guess I'll be doing a bit more bounty hunting, trying to get into this top 70%. Because once it's up at tier 4, top 70 I think will be about 1.5 million credits. Top 40 would be, I don't know, 2-3 million credits, something like that. So it is worth it really. And of course you actually get the money for the bounties as well, so plenty of cash. But yeah, so I think I'll end this one here. So that is the Imperial Clipper. It's a really cool ship. I'm definitely glad I bought it, and if you're close to it, like if you've got the 15 million credits but you don't have the 22 million credits, check out the new system. It's the problem with doing that is, like I've done, the problem with buying the ship when you don't really have the credits for it is that you'll be stuck trying to make credits to outfit it. Luckily with these bounty hunting community goals that have been happening at the moment, it's pretty easy to make money, but yeah, it's something to be aware of, I suppose. But all in all, it's a really cool ship, and I am glad I bought it. So, but yeah, so I think I'll end this one here. So until next time, I've been Vornskyr. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.